Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Good morning once again. If you're just joining us, this is Daybreak on Trust Television. We'll be going into our phone-in segment, and this morning we turn the spotlight on an issue that keeps popping up, one that touches history, politics, memory and national identity. Renaming public buildings. Has it become politicized? So across the world, governments rename streets, schools, airports, and public landmarks to honor prominent figures, celebrate national milestones, or reflect shifts in political ideology. These decisions often spark debate, and Nigeria is no exception. In our own history, we've seen landmark changes like the renaming of the University of Ife to Obafemi Awolowo University in 1987, and the change from Yaba College of Technology's various halls and buildings being named after nationalists and scholars. The Murtala Muhammad International Airport in Lagos was named after the late head of state shortly after his assassination in 1976, a name that still stands today. So more recently, we've seen a wave of renaming that has triggered public conversation and even controversy. In 2019, the federal government renamed the National Stadium in Abuja to the MKO Abiola Stadium in honor of the late politician and presumed winner of the June 12, 1993 presidential election. While some hailed the move as a long overdue recognition, others questioned the timing and intention behind it. Just last month, another decision sparked fresh debate: the renaming of the International Conference Center in Abuja to Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Conference Center. This move has generated mixed reactions, with some seeing it as a deserved honor for the sitting president, while others say it raises concerns about the politicization of national monuments, especially those that hold symbolic value for all Nigerians. Critics argue that renaming has become a political tool, often carried out without public consultation or consensus. On the other hand, supporters believe it's a legitimate way to recognize national contributions and preserve legacies. So this morning, we are asking, has the renaming of public buildings in Nigeria become more political than patriotic? Are we honoring history or rewriting it? And should there be a more structured consultative process for naming public infrastructure? What are your thoughts? The phone lines are open and we want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Call in now and be part of the conversation. And this is Daybreak on Trust Television. Let us talk, let us have a conversation, let us hear from you. You know, when it comes to naming or renaming, especially renaming public buildings, there has been a trend going on of recent, but then let us hear from our first caller today. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning, Hauwa. Yes. Good morning, Shetima. How is Maiduguri this morning? All right, what are your thoughts on this issue, renaming public buildings?
Renaming public buildings nowadays is purely politics. It's purely politics. There is nothing to doubt about it. Because, renaming public buildings on a partner, it is good when that person has left office. Your achievement can only speak to after you left office, not when you are in office. You see, the truth of the matter is this name after the present leader. It is whether we like it or not. To me, where I see is just a bribe. It's a bribe by those people who are appreciating this. Because you can name after somebody. By the time he left office and you reach his achievement, you see that he has done something better for the country. He has recorded a remarkable achievement. Then you don't use it after him. As part of appreciation. So why somebody was in office, he's not left office, and you are naming public building after him? What are you doing? You are bribing him. You are bribing him, whether you like it or not. You have become a subject that you are romancing your vote just in seeking for favor. So this thing we just have to know it's not right. It's not right. That is why I quickly remember here in Nigeria. That is why I'm not a politician, honestly speaking. But if somebody does good, we just appreciate him. There is a case. There is an incident here in Nigeria in the Ramat Polytechnic. It's a college that was named after the former head of state, Murtala Ramad Mohammed. And then a building a project was executed in that polytechnic. And quickly director named that building after Governor Zulu, Professor Zulu. And when Professor Zulu was called to launch, he saw his answer. Right there, he gave a directive that name is to be removed and let them name after somebody. He said it's wrong. He cannot accept anything while he was in office. If at all they want to name any building after him, let it after he left office. He said this is the culture. And the leaders that we are looking for. You see that when they name all these buildings after tinubu, expecting tinubu to come out and kick agencies. But he gave me. What was this thing? What was this trend towards? That was he accepted the bread and give it to him. So this is wrong, honestly speaking. We have to change the move. We can only name public building after somebody that stands in the office for appreciation. That's my take. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
All right, thank you very much, Shatima, for your contributions. In the words of Shatima, a building should be named or renamed only if the president is not a sitting president or that person has contributed monumentally to the society and the country as well. I believe we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. All right. Do well to call us back. Call us on the numbers displayed on your screen or send us a WhatsApp message so that we can hear your thoughts. All right, we have another caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. These are
all right. Thank you for calling us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Benin. This is my name.
All right, good morning. What is your take on this issue?
My take on this is very simple and at the same time very complex. First and foremost, I don't know the way to speak on this matter where people will not see it one time. First and foremost, I believe what prompted all this particular topic this morning is because of the Bola Ahmed International, whatever, that just came up recently. The very first question I'll ask, when has many public building or statues not been politicized? It has always been the product of politics. Or is it the citizen that has always come together to say, let us be calling this particular name, this statue, this name? It has always been politicized. We have so many names that have been attributed to so many great leaders that one time or the other stand for this country. From the north, there have never been any issues. But because this is now one side, this is now in the other side, people begin to bring like the one that they're showing on the screen now. Ahmed Bello University, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. They have not been issued on this matter. When everything is counting, history is always me, whether you like it or not. If it is like to change the Azikiwe International Airport this morning to another name, people definitely did doubt what was the name before, how does the name arrive? There are always ways you can name issues. I don't believe this is an issue to be discussing. If you want to name anything, name anything. Now come, I want to rename our name. The name that it was called before now, there's nothing that lasts forever. Change is always constant. But if I supposed to play a name part, I will not disturb myself in changing any names because it will come and to go. So let us not begin to do things in this country where people will be pointing and accusing finger or be thinking it is even politicized. For this matter to even come up on the national television, it is even it has even been politicized, because majority of these statues have been named after notary leaders, and issue has not come up. Why is it coming up this time? That's my take on this.
All right, thank you very much for your contributions. As it is, everyone's opinion is different, and he said, why is it an issue? But then at the end of the day, we have to look at it. So far, it's been 2 years since President Bola Tinubu has been in office, and a lot of structures and buildings have been named or renamed after him. We have a newly constructed army barracks in Asokoro in Abuja, and it has been named after President Bola Tinubu. And aside from that, we have a couple. We have Bola Ahmed Tinubu Polytechnic in Gwarimpa, as well as in Niger State, where the airport was renamed after President Bola Tinubu. So there are a couple of structures. We have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning, Ade. Thank you for calling us this morning.
Good morning, Hauwa. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you doing this morning?
I'm okay. Everywhere is cool now.
All right, great. What is your take on this issue?
Well, remaining public view. That makes it being political. Exactly. We politicize because nothing that you cannot just be hospital in your doesn't do with authority. So that's the thing. For me, at the time we do hospital, when the person is alive, all the person die, if I know you, where is the whole die? The only thing that who they ask me is this, why is this man, who is this person ask?
Hello, Ade. It would be better if you call us back so that we can hear you clearly. All right, I think we lost Ade. Ade, do well to call us back so that we can hear your contributions much clearer. All right. A lot of people have different opinions when it comes to renaming. Others might say that it is well deserving. Others might say that it is to impress, their superior. But then we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning, Abasenko.
Good morning, Adamu, Kiyawa. Hauwa, how are you this morning?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for joining us. What is your take on this issue?
Yeah, sincerely speaking, I want to appreciate Trust TV because people are updating us with current events. Personally, I did not know that an international airport has been named after him and several other things like that. But what I really want to say is that it is not a welcome development, just like the man has said. If he has performed well, let us see the credibility after he must have left office. Then they start naming this thing after them. Just like our currency, we have past leaders. They named them after they were named after them. That is welcome development, but not when somebody is in power. That means that person is vindictive. That person is using all their acrimonies, all his energy, his power. That is what I'm saying. That is politics. And life is politics, but it's not supposed to be like that. If life is politics, there are rudiments to it. So my take on this issue is that they should no longer name any public institution after any serving president. It should be after the person must have left, then they should name after him. And that will be a welcome development. Trust TV, I really appreciate people for putting us online, for making us know what is really on ground. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the entire staff of Trust TV. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria. God bless Trust TV, and Trust TV will continue to go to its peak and high. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you very much, Abasinko, for your contributions. As he said, he believes it should be restricted, whereby a sitting president cannot, a building cannot be named by or would not be named after a sitting president. Well, there are a couple of structures and buildings and roads as well that have been named after our present president, and this is just 2 years in office. So the question begs, are they doing it to impress? Is it a way into, the ropes, or is it genuine, making sure that they leave a legacy, a lasting legacy? We have a couple of buildings that have recently been changed. In March 2024, in Niger, the Niger State government renamed the Abubakar Imam International Airport in Minna as Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Airport, which also sparked an outrage, particularly among residents of the local government. And similarly, in May 2024 as well, the National Assembly Library and Resource Center was inaugurated and named as Bola Tinubu Building. While in December of 2024, the Nigerian Immigration Service named a state-of-the-art technology complex after President Bola Tinubu, citing his commitment to innovation. And we have a couple just of recent as well. On May 28th, 2024, Nyesom Wike, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, named the Abuja Southern Parkway after President Bola Tinubu. We have another phone call on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Hauwa. This is Shatima back again.
All right, Shatima, thank you for calling us back.
Thank you. You see, we want Nigerians to understand. We are not saying it is totally wrong or it's totally out of track to name a public building after a press or after a leader of a country. What we are saying is totally wrong to name after somebody who is unfit. This certain president, he has only 2 years in office. You have been naming public buildings after him. So many public buildings after him. So you should exercise patience. By the time he finished his tenure, then should be assessed. He deserves this renaming, then they should not get agreed. But you cannot be renaming buildings, public buildings after a private president, a city president. That is why we are saying it's wrong. This is to our consideration, and I can stand to be corrected. The large population of Nigeria, a bribe. A bribe is not when you have been put your hand in the government treasury and take money. No, by that you have been romancing your boss wrongly. It's a bribe. Giving you a wrong word or wrong advice, it's also a price. If you do something that will push you both, out of track, it's a price. This thing we know is wrong. It's wrong. It will not be accepted anywhere in this world. Globally, it's wrong. Everywhere you go, the public people will remain after somebody has served the office and left the office and he had a remarkable achievement. That is the way. But you cannot be remaining after somebody who was unfit. This is wrong, absolutely wrong. And we are calling for President Tinubu to keep against this. Let him talk so that he will declare himself. Thank you so much. Happy nice day, Hauwa.
All right, thank you very much, Shatima, for calling us back once again. Well, as he made a point that there should be a clear cut whereby a sitting president a building cannot be named after a sitting president, and then after his tenure, an analysis will be made of his works and achievement, and then he would be looked and considered if he's deserving to be for a building to be named after them. Well, that is your opinion. The question still stands: renaming public buildings, has it become politicized? Make sure you call us on the numbers displayed on your screen, or send us a WhatsApp message as well. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Anastasia.
All right, good morning, Anastasia. Thank you for joining us. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Makurdi.
All right.
Instead of the government should look at the base of insecurity around the country, our federal government is busy naming what do you call them, buildings in the name of tinubu. Maybe they should start naming our markets where we have a high in prices of things. That's where that name should belong, because it is coming that we have had all those invents of insecurity here and there and all sorts of things. So they should name all the markets in Nigeria in his name. That would be better, because we will know that is where he left a legacy after 2 years in office. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for your contributions. That is a very hot take. She said, let all the places that reflects, the conditions of the country be named after the president. That is another opinion. Well, when you look at it, there's been an uproar, an outrage all over and on social media as well, whereby people are not having it, because when it comes to one or two buildings or one or two projects, probably that would be on a lighter note. But then when it comes to multiple, and according to the tally, it's almost up to 11 projects or more than that, if I'm not mistaken, that have been named or renamed with the president's, name. So with that, most people would think that that is too much, and that is a way that the people that are handling the projects are trying to please and appease the president for political gain as well. That could be looked on that angle as well. But then there are other opinions of where it comes to naming or renaming the building, and it is said that it is better for it to be named or renamed after that person or that sitting president or whoever it is has left a legacy. All right, we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. I believe we lost the caller. All right. Hello, good morning. I believe we're having some issues with the... All right. Hello, good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay, go ahead. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Adi is calling back from London.
All right, Adi, thank you for calling back. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I found out understood what people are saying. For example, my friend Shetima, I agree with Shetima everything he said. But one thing is certain, there is nothing we can do about it. We can only talk about it. There is nothing we can do. There are people to name. I forgot one airport in the north, they name after him. I think it's National, I can't remember. Nobody forced them to do that. They did that by their own. And they cannot rename something without passing through a process. So there's nothing we can do. We can be talking about it. They are still going to rename many things in the way of tinubu, because we're in political reign. So this is politics. That's what we are now. So if anybody now is doing something in the politics or you do something important, they will name something after you. That is it. But I want you to realize that naming building about somebody does not bring food to the table to everybody. But if the person did bad, people will talk bad about him. If he did good, they will talk good about him. That's my belief. So we can express our opinion about it, but we can't stop it. Because we've done the United now in St. Lucia. So it's not going to be there as tinubu, because it's united there. So anybody who wants to, but our own priority is that give us good government, do something for the poor, do something for the masses. The insecurity, end it. That's what we are asking for. Not too much thing. So give us that, and then everybody will be okay. God bless Nigeria.
All right, thank you very much, Ajay, for that contribution. Ajay said, make sure you do what is right. Give us all you need. We need for you to give to us, that is, make sure that your governance is in check, and then that will leave a lasting legacy for Nigerians, whether the buildings are named or renamed after you or not. Well, when you look at it, you would have to ask the question, what are the processes of naming or renaming a building? Is the history looked at, or future legacy that's going to be left that is looked at? So there has to be an analysis on priorities as well. The question is still renaming public buildings. Has it become politicized? Make sure you call us. We want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear your thoughts and your opinion, and send us a WhatsApp message as well. All right, we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning, Mike. Thank you for calling us.
Thank you very much.
All right.
May God continue to bless Nigeria and bless Trust TV. Let me begin by appreciating you for the good work you are doing.
All right, thank you very much for the appreciation. Go ahead.
I want to ask a simple question. I don't know who is the minister in charge of IDPs. At least they should come and name the IDP in that's in Benue State after the president. Maybe that will continue to try to see how we can find security in the country. And the funniest thing is, how would you look like if another person comes tomorrow as the president and begins to change all those names again? If you walk, I don't know, is it out of fear? I don't know. If you walk, the people should tell you that you are work, you are doing this. And not to use public money, not that you are building a new infrastructure. You are working on the existing ones and you are changing to your name. The man who built it from the beginning, what would you have done? Like the ICC center that was changed. Somebody built it, you renovated, you changed. You are talking about the fact that somebody started it, you came, you renovated, you changed. That's not leadership. Thank you. May God bless Trust TV.
All right. Thank you very much, Mike, for your contributions. Well, he said the IDP camps in Makurdi should be renamed after him. And at the end of the day, what happens after you leave, and with continuous projects that have been continued, where it's hard to have continuity in Nigeria on projects, but when a project is continued and finished and it's renamed after that person, is it right or wrong? Is it a way of looking for favor, that is making it becoming politicized? So that in itself needs to be looked at. But then with the spate of buildings being renamed and named, you would tend to ask what are the priorities and where is the focus on? All right, we would be looking at a couple of WhatsApp messages that we have here today. All right, we have Hussein Modibo Bruno from Zaria, and he says, naming or renaming buildings, should it be a priority for a serious government where we have a multiplied genuine national challenges to face? That is from Hussein Modibo in Zaria. Next up, we have another message from Badamasi Haruna Adamu in Abuja. He said, certainly it has become politicized. Putting buildings are not donations. They are built with the people commonwealth. Public buildings should be named or renamed after someone who has contributed immensely to the country or state. In the FCT, we have indigenous people like Adamu Shaibu, Kamal Muhammad, Barrister Baba Panya, among others, who have fought for the emancipation of the Abuja upper regions. Like the recent renaming of the International Conference Center after Tinubu is outrightly to do that. I think it's just a plan to cover the outrageous amount of 39 billion spent when the teachers' entitlement for the area council is 16 billion or thereabout. In his haste for infrastructural development, he neglected the human capital development that's supposed to be in constant. That is from Badamasi Haruna Adamu here in Abuja. I believe we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Okay. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you for joining us. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, my name is Ali. I'm calling from Abuja.
All right, go ahead with your thoughts.
Okay, so the issue about naming the public building after someone, is it being politicized? I think my own take about it will be that, as a current serving or as a current office holder, a public building should not be named after your name, because it should be something that you have to access your performance. That will be after you leave the office. So if you've performed well, there's nothing wrong, in naming any of our public assets after you. But naming it while you're still in office will give you a sense that you are doing well. And we can see from the current situation, the economic security, the current government, they are not doing well. Although they are trying to fix something, but they are not doing. We cannot say that they've done so much. So I would say that it's not something good to name any of our public building after their name, because it's going to give them this sense that they're doing things right. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution. We have one last message to go through. We have Dr. Omar Jidda from Maiduguri, Borno State. All right, we have Musa IBB Bernawa, and he says, "Good morning, Trust TV. My opinion is that now we lost the Kano businessman, Alhaji Amin Ntata. He deserves to be immortalized. To him at the International Conference Center, please not. The sitting president is not justifiable." That is from Musa IPP. And next up, we have Good Morning Trust TV. I am Pastor Evangelist Oluntoyin Elabi from Ilorin, Kwara State. It's not bad to rename public building if that person or elder statesman have done seriously well, and he or she has impacted and have brought great changes to Nigeria. What is the impact of President Tinubu? What has he brought to the people of Nigeria when or before he became the governor of Lagos, our area in Kakawa, his family's house, Bomo, Bangboshi, etc. Nothing he has done. Well, that is from Evangelist. This one says, it is still from Musa IBB, and he's trying to commemorate the businessman Alhaji Aminu Ntata. I believe that is all we. All right, we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right, please, could you switch off your television set so that we can hear you clearly?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. All right.
Okay.
Go ahead with your thoughts.
After taking individual, they are not bad in this, but the labor and the gap. For instance, we have one time president of the country. He lived in 500 but this is this. You are not the one to name yourself. It should be the suspectors who will evaluate your importance on that, because you are sitting on a public forum. They will ask us to value the message. They will be very sick. Let us use his name for his stream. But it's not really naming yourself. That's why you are competing. It is a characteristic of a civil government. There is a case we already know we are not true. It has three characters. It is absolute and more. Because that the house is built on the foundation. It will have three characters. The house will be unsafe to live. The house cannot be built unsalable, and the house will be bearable. When the house has the safety foundation, it cannot be built whether it buy it. It cannot be not safe for you to live. People have to build up and you cannot repair it. You need to destroy it and start. Not how much people the house. You cannot report it. The problem with Nigeria,
that corruption that have come and no going back. Mainly the struggle and the type of God is make my submission.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution. He's noted that a sitting president should not name or rename or even allow for a structure or a building or a project to be named after them. Let the next, person in line look at your achievements and name those structures, buildings or projects as well. All right, thank you very much for all your contributions. As always, they are very important to hear from you. Make sure you stay with us for our next segment. We'll be going on a quick break.